This has been a long time coming. This is Jesi Cason.
Yes, it is.
One of the coolest people in the world. I've met you I haven't even met you. This is the first time I feel like I've met you in real life. I saw you on stage a couple weeks ago.
Yes,
at your podcast.
You did.
This is the host. She does many things, but this is the host of the SPEW Podcast, one of my favorite podcasts to listen to.
Oh, thank you.
In one word, how would you describe your podcast?
Feminerd.
Oh, what a word!
Feminerd. I had to make up a new word to describe it in one word, but I did it.
Dude, so Jesi, what do you do? Who are you in the world, but in Southwest Florida? What do you do?
Primarily, I am a photographer with Jesi Cason Photography, previously known as Seeker Photography. I just relaunched under my own name, but I do portraits, I do events, I do concerts, band photography, all that fun stuff.
I saw the last series of videos, photos you did with the bees.
Yes.
That was so sick. Dude.
That was my self-portrait series for Halloween.
So how do you do a self-portrait? You time it?
Yeah, I have a tripod and a timer. Sometimes I'll let my roommate, she'll press the shutter after I set everything else up.
Just press the button.
Yeah, press the button. Just press the button.
How'd you get into photography?
I started about 10 years ago because I had a really bad anxiety disorder and a hard time going out in public. I know. I was horribly agoraphobic. And I got a camera as sort of a means to force me to go outside and do something else.
Yeah.
And it worked wonders.
Absolutely.
It worked a lot.
Yeah, you talked about that a little bit in the podcast. You kind of made a couple comments about just how you've changed. I think one of the girls, you were talking about high school, and you were like, no one knew me in high school, trust me. I was quiet and nerdy or whatever.
I was in band.
You were in band?
I was in journalism squad.
But those are the winners now. You guys, they're the people that are winning and the ones that are doing stuff. And the nerds are cool now.
I think so. I think nerds are taking over.
Absolutely.
And none of us are ever going to really be free until nerd persecution ends. Revenge of the
nerd
nerds.
Shaming, Revenge of the nerds. So you have this. Your podcast is kind of centered around feminism, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me, what is your journey with feminism and what's your whole history with that?
I guess I was raised by a single mother, and she, wasn't exactly a feminist, but she was definitely
single mother raised. Yes.
But she was definitely a, do things for yourself kind of woman. Make sure that you're not dependent on anyone else, and go your own way. That was always her sort of mantra. And so I grew up with that, and eventually, I think I was on the internet one day on some punk forums talking to some cool punk rockers, and someone said that they were a feminist, and I was like, oh, I'm not a feminist. And the girl was like, well, why not? And I was like, I don't know. That's a damn good question. That's a great question. So I did what any normal millennial would do. I fucking Googled it. Can I say fucking?
Yeah, fucking.
Okay, good. I fucking Googled it.
Don't worry about it.
And realized that I actually was a feminist.
This is not real news. This is fake news. Anyway,
okay, cool. Sorry, FEC.
We're gonna edit you out anyways. You're gonna say I support Trump in this.
Oh, okay. Don't do that.
I'm playing. I'm kidding. Okay, so you kind of got that start with that,
right?
And so when did you start the SPEW Podcast? When did that all happen?
Shelby, who is my podcast co-host and awesome best friend, she approached me a little over a year ago, and we had just met. And the only thing she knew about me was that I had a Harry Potter tattoo.
Yeah.
So she was like, "This girl must be a fucking nerd." And we were both part of Love Your Rebellion, so she knew I was a feminist. And so her idea was, why don't we do a feminist nerd podcast?
So dope.
It was genius.
It's so cool.
Genius.
You guys had so many cool elements to your show. You had the little spinny thing, and it was so cool. I loved every minute of it.
Thank you.
My question, I've been seeing a lot of it, but this burlesque movement.
Yes.
What is going on?
Everyone's getting naked.
Wait, I'm about to start.
I'm gonna put more clothes on. I'm gonna just.
How did that get? I feel like I just heard about this this year. I know I sound really late, but I've never really maybe I've heard of it, but I didn't know it was a local thing.
Well, it started in the 1800s, so you're a little late. It's been around for a minute.
I just.
It just made it to Southwest Florida. But that's Southwest Florida for you.
So what is that culture like? Give us an insight into that.
You know, I get to photograph the burlesque dancers a lot, and I'm really lucky to do that because, first of all, they're beautiful girls, so that's, you know, easy to do, but they're also dancers, and you get to catch these amazing... There's probably some twerking. I know that Freckles Galore twerks with some pasties on her ass cheeks. It's amazing.
All right.
Amazing. So the whole culture about it is really just about owning your sexuality, owning your femininity, using it in an artful way, and making something that people want to watch.
Do you feel like people or men, and have you even witnessed that, like, take what you guys are doing with the burlesque stuff and try to pervert it and try to make it? You have guys that come in and say, I just want to watch some
titties.
I want to watch some titties. Man. Like,
you know what? Amazingly, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is because of the venues where the burlesque dancers are performing.
Right.
It's places like Howl. It's places like, you know, the Arts Center. It's places where there's open-minded, woke-ass people who understand that a woman being naked doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything negative.
Yeah.
Or a woman being, you know, barely clothed doesn't mean anything negative. It just means she's a performer and this is her art.
Yeah.
So thankfully, most of the dudes that have been, at least in the audiences I've been in, have been respectful and have been appreciative of the art form.
Yeah. What do you feel about, like, the negativity towards feminism and, like, people like, oh, you're a feminist, and, like, the negative sort of connotation that people have towards it?
There's a lot of fair critiques of feminism. I have plenty of fair critiques of a lot of feminists. We don't always get it right. I think the most important thing to do is to just keep moving forward, keep trying to improve. The early history of feminism is very problematic. It wasn't very kind to women of color. It left a lot of women back. But the whole point of this fourth wave, which is what we call it now, the fourth wave of feminism, is to be inclusive and to bring everybody into this movement. And so unless your critiques are about that, I don't really know what people's problem with it is, other than just not understanding what we're about.
Misconception.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared of the feminists.
I'm only sort of mean.
Okay. So I want to play a game with you.
Okay.
You play this game at the show. You have to go on a feminist rant about something.
Feminist rant. I'm ready.
We're gonna play your game against you.
Okay.
I'm gonna think of something random.
Okay.
And you're gonna go on a feminist rant about this random thing.
Okay, I'll give my best.
Are you ready?
Best shot.
Dora the Explorer.
Dora the motherfucking Explorer. Well, let me tell you.
Tell me about
Where are her parents?
What's going on?
Modern parenting. I love it. Totally hands off. I did hear actually that there's going to be a Dora the Explorer, like, grown-up adult film. There's going to be, like, adult Dora and, like, her adventures now.
Excuse me.
Okay, I'm sure they'll probably try to cast a white girl, which is annoying.
Yeah. We're gonna name her Dora.
Yeah.
Dora.
Oh my God.
The Conqueror.
Oh my God. I can only imagine. I actually literally never seen Dora the Explorer, so this is all half-cocked off the top of my head.
All right, how about this? You go with me. I'm gonna do a feminist rant. You give me a subject.
Feminist rant. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Breakfast cereal brands.
Breakfast cereal brands.
I have a lot to say about it. I hope you do too.
The most misogynistic. Think about some of the best cereals.
Think about
Captain Crunch, a man.
A white man.
Like, think about it, the Tricks guy.
An old white man.
Yeah. Tony the Tiger. Why is it Tony? Why not Tanya the Tiger?
Yeah, Tina.
Excuse me. Why? What about Cookie Crisp guy?
Yeah. What about Cookie?
What's up with that? Why is it all men?
Exactly.
Equality.
Even the Tricks rabbit is white.
What the hell is that? Where's the black rabbits? Where's the black rabbits?
Where are they?
Excuse me? Because the black rabbits are all dead, huh? I guess they got killed by police or something. I don't know. All right, too much. Okay. Black rabbits.
That was a good feminist rant. Very good.
Black rabbits matter.
That's right.
Hey, so when are we going to do a podcast together? When am I going to come on your show? When are you going to come on mine?
My podcast records every Wednesday at 5:30. We release episodes every Thursday at 6 a.m. So if you want to come over on a Wednesday, just let me know.
I am all about it. So where are your podcasts on iTunes? You're official.
Yeah, we're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher. We're just on Google Play. I don't know how to use Google Play.
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows how to use Google Play. But you're on there.
We're on there. It's on our website, SPEWpodcast.com, and we're fixing to get on Spotify. I'm pretty sure.
Dude,
but that's close.
You're awesome. You're a jack of all trades. But that's
sexist.
That's so sexist.
That is so sexist.
You're a Jill of all trades.
Thank you.
You're neutral too. You can be neutral. You're a what's the neutral between Jack
Joe.
and Joe?
You can be a girl Joe or a boy Joe.
No, you are a
change.
woman of many talents. You're inspiring. You're focused, and you're on a mission, and I love it. And you're really creative.
Thank you.
Pretty dope. So
You're pretty cool yourself, Malik.
you better
Pretty
say it, or you'll be
cool.
racist.
That's true.
All lives matter. I'm playing. Anything last before we get out of here? Any last words for the people?
I just want to say I really appreciate you guys and everything you're doing with Curate and making cool stuff happen in Southwest Florida. Angela and Frankie are making cool stuff happen in Southwest Florida.
Absolutely.
Everyone can do something to make something cool happen in Southwest Florida.
Be cool.
Just be cool.
Be cool like Angela. Hey, Angela.
Be cool, Angela.
Hey, girl. How you doing? Hey. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching.